couch.
Yeah, and I'll say the same thing. Go get a belt and calm down. You don't even have to learn how to throw hands. I'm okay with that. Go get a belt. That's real easy to do. Go down to your
become the champion. Become the champion Tai Chi guy at Sunset Park or something before you start running your yap.
Kidding, right? Oh, I've got a whole hang up right now, especially in the boxing community, about guys who talk shit about boxing. Why are you talking about boxing? Like, you're not even in shape. Like, I know. So uncomfortable to me.
I have to bite my tongue. And look, let's not get it twisted. I'm not like some high level, pugilist or whatever, but I sit around with like people at the bar or in someone's house, and they'll be talking about what these professional fighters should be doing. And I'm saying to myself, bro, I just watched you get gassed coming up the stairs to the apartment. Do you know how tired this guy is right now?
Yeah, I went to the Pans last year. That's enough for me. Like, make it to a Pan game. Go get registered and go to a Pan game. There you go. Go
win the inter-office league softball game or something at least. But I mean, it's just you got so many people, and that's just how it is. With any sport though. Same with football. A bunch of drunken slobs telling Tom Brady what he should have done.
No, that's because they all played football in high school, and therefore that translates to the NFL. With MMA, I'll say this: if you really want to go find out what it's like, you want to go to the Pan Games and compete as an adult. The term is adult. And you will be fighting the next UFC stars. No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Legit, even at the white belt level, the reason they're trying as hard as they can as a white belt at the Pan American Games or even the World Championships is because they want to go fight in the UFC. And the first place they all have to start is as a white belt in the adult category at the Pans. And it's fucked up. It is so fucked up that I want no part of it. Like, it's so fucked up that I want to go in my own age and weight class and be as far away from them as possible. They're lunatics.
Yep.
It's crazy how competitive it is. I can see the whole chain now that I'm down at the bottom taking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've seen what the chain looks like, and I'm just blown away at guys that are sandbagging white belt, who've been white belts now for 2, 3, 4 years with wrestling backgrounds, so that they can tear up the Pan Games to get notice of promoters in the future. That's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's almost like when you live in Texas and you want your kid to play football, you keep him back a grade or two. That way he's bigger than everybody else. It's the same kind of thing. And everyone's looking for that competitive edge no matter what the sport. And jiu-jitsu has become hyper-competitive. I mean, you have everyone from soccer moms to professional football players and basketball players competing now.
Yeah. Look, for the Pans next year, I'm saying it right now from anybody from the IBJJF listening. I'm juicing. I'd test me next year if you're going to see me at the Pan Games. I'm making it clear right now. It's funny because I want to go on Saturday to go sit. Are you going to the Grand Prix? Can I talk you into the Grand Prix on Saturday?
I think I might go for a while. I think so.
All right, I'll get you in. We'll go. I'll buy your ticket, or I think I've asked for credentials, but when you're talking about Almeida and Busha and Cyborg, and the Saturday is a unique day to see that Grand Prix and who's competing in it. Now, for those of you in MMA who go, yeah, but they don't punch, who fucking cares? If you gave them a sock with batteries in it, it would make them even more dangerous. These are all the guys you're watching on Facebook and Twitter that are doing all the little tutorials. They're all competing for 3 days. This is the Masters IBJJF tournament. Like, this is the tournament. This is the one that every top Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy who trains your favorite MMA fighter is actually competing at. So it'll be a who's who of MMA. It'll be a who's who of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So a big plug for the IBJJF Masters event. Starts on Thursday, Las Vegas Convention Center. What I care about, Saturday Grand Prix, $50,000 with a $40,000 winner-take-all first place for the top 8. That should
imagine.
Well, originally Roger Gracie was supposed to be there till he retired out of the blue. And again, I'm hearing MMA people scream, "What's a Roger Gracie?" Yeah, bless your heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that he beat Almeida made it all that much sweeter. I would have done a walk-off home run.
Yeah, that's it. See ya.
He did it by pulling guard, no less.
Yeah.
Pulling guard. We talk about it at our studio all the time. Like, I went through it. I'm like, I want this. He goes, he pulled guard and flipped out. He hip escaped out the side. That's all he did. He stopped a guy who had better takedown skill and pulled guard. That's awesome.
It's the strategy that goes into jiu-jitsu. A lot of people that aren't familiar with the sport, they don't understand. It's like playing chess. I mean, you have to be 3 steps ahead of your opponent, and if not, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough sport. I don't know what possessed me. Well, I know what possessed me. My balls are bigger than my brain, which seems to be every reason that I do stupid stuff. It's a little physically demanding. I think rock climbing or going to the top of Mount Rainier or something might have been a little more logical for my age set. That's a world. That's a universe, and nobody gives a shit. They all go at full speed.
Oh yeah. Look, I'll tell you, I'm thankful that I was, really, really going hard in jiu-jitsu when I was younger. And I'm almost thankful that I hurt my shoulder, because I know I'd be going crazy like you are now. And at my age, I don't have that. I don't know if I have it in me anymore to get up out of bed and be that hyper competitive like that anymore. I mean, maybe once a week for a flag football league or something, but I don't know on a daily basis.
No, and now here's the delusional part. Now at age 49, so I want to be here's my next crazy plan. I want to be the oldest amateur MMA fighter. So, of course, my relationship with Tough Enough. So, at 50, I get a kid who's 25. I'll be, blue belt status. I can throw hands, but I'd want it on the ground. Do I want to sell Fight Net Radio that bad? Like, that's literally just so we get more listeners. I can see no other, I have nothing there's plenty of tournaments for me to go improve my net worth in my own age class. But how bad do you want to walk in a cage? Just one time.
Man, I wish. Now I have both my shoulders reconstructed, so those even the thought of it is just something I can't even ponder. But I mean, I sit around sometimes and I wish that I could be back in the gym, just sparring with the guys, rolling, and just the camaraderie. I really miss the camaraderie. Mountain climbing's a lonely sport. Let me tell you what. It's the kind of sport where I don't really like too many people at sea level, so I'm certainly not going to like you at 25,000 feet. So it's not the kind of thing that I go there looking for companionship, but I do miss the camaraderie of being in the gym. And there's so many times I see guys walk into the wage and I'm like, man, if things could have went different, who knows,
Yeah, and there's part of me that just wants. I don't know what it is about actually wanting that, which makes me kind of crazy to hyper think about. I don't know how guys that are training it all the time don't want to get in more often than they actually do or compete. The one thing I really like about competitive, because it's a thing now, fight to win, competitive Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and submission grappling is a legitimate thing. I don't know why more MMA fans aren't into it, but it's big money. I mean, Chael Sonnen might be a genius for flow grappling. I'm not giving him nearly enough credit for the brilliance of doing that.
Yeah, he is a great businessman. Everybody knows that.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, so what else have I missed? Is there any other news?
No, nothing too much. Nothing. The MMA world's kind of quiet right now as we await next Saturday, and then after next Saturday, we got a couple other things coming on. We have a couple fight nights. You got Volkov and Struve. Then you got Mighty Mouse versus
Stick is back. Stefan Struve is back.
Yep.
I like Stefan Struve.
And he's fighting Volkov, the ex-champion from Bellator, another tall and lanky guy. Should be a good fight. Nice back and forth.
Tell me about this, because I've been modeling my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu after Stefan Struve. I want to be the next Death Stick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the skyscraper boy, he has great jiu-jitsu. You don't want to end up in his guard. I'll tell you, those triangles with those big legs.
That's what I've been trying to I modeled my entire guard and my triangle. My whole life is modeled around Stefan. Because when I saw him when he first came in, I could not believe how somebody that looks like a walking ghost, he looks like sticks and bones, is so successful. And that's when I learned a valuable rule: technique will always beat over brains and bronze. Strength and power will always lose to technique. There you go. That's the correct way to say it.
100%, especially in jiu-jitsu. I mean, we all know who started jiu-jitsu and with the reasoning behind why he started it. And technique is definitely, you see a normal person sees a big muscle-bound guy and he's like, oh man, that guy's scary. A guy that even has a little bit of jiu-jitsu training sees that guy and he's like, all right, here's how I'd get the takedown, and I transition right away to, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no doubt about it. That definitely goes through That's all you do. That's all I do. Even when I go to a concert now, that's how my brain just operates. Literally.
Mine still. It's funny, and I haven't trained or fought in a long time, and I still think that way. Like I'll square people up at like a concert. I wonder if I get the takedown on this guy.
Yeah, no, I'd grab him by the jeans. And it'd still be an old school single. I have this debate all the time. Would I throw an elbow first because of the training, the stand-up training that I have, or would I really grab him probably close to the lapel and grab him by the knee and pick him up and probably try to take him down in some easy guard pulling situation? I don't know.
My go-to move used to be to really surprise people was the headbutt right away.
That's nice. Right across the bill of the nose or straight ahead?
Wherever I could get it. I used to love the headbutt. We used to call that the Bronx headbutt.
The Bronx headbutt. I like it.
Yeah, you're in close proximity on the subway, or someone's talking a little bit of trash. You really can't wrap one off, so a quick headbutt changes the situation quickly.
Yeah, that's how I knew that I was in a real tournament when I fought at the Pans this past year. My opponent came over, literally headbutted me into the chin full might.
Oh, yeah.
And it just woke me up. I couldn't even believe how hard I got hit right on the chin by a headbutt.
Yeah, headbutts don't feel good.
No, they do not. Well, all right. All you MMA fans, we will be back. There's, of course, a boxing episode for you guys to listen to later on this evening on Fight Net Radio. Bobby will be back next week for breakfast and possibly a full report out of the Super 8. I'm really excited about the Super 8.
It's going to be what a great weekend.
It is. And are you of the mindset like me that there are going to be tickets floating around for this thing because they can't sell them?
Well, I think that in Vegas especially, there's always tickets that are floating around. You have a lot of guys that'll buy bulk tickets, and then if you wait towards the end of the event in Vegas a lot of times and you just go down to the arena, you'll usually be able to grab a ticket to something.
Yeah, usually. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the fact that the prices were so outrageous that they're having a problem moving them. And I agree, the prices are really outrageous for this particular circus. But if you don't think that arena is going to be full when they go pay-per-view at 6, you're crazy.
Forget it.
They'll pull people off the street.
Look, there's something that we call in entertainment, we call it papering a room. And what that means is whatever tickets you don't sell, if you want the room to look full for a TV event or whatever, you'll paper the room giving tickets out. But I don't think that's going to happen in this event. I mean, I've already had a few different hosts tell me that they have a lot of players coming in, not only just the players, but with groups of 25, 30 people coming in for the fight. And they'll be getting here. We'll have a better handle on this by Saturday. We'll know a lot more of what's going to happen for sure.
All right, so tell me this on Saturday. Do I go down to the arena and look for a last minute, or do I go to my favorite buffet and stream this sucker?
I'll tell you what, it really depends. Like me personally, I've been to so many fights that I prefer to sit on my couch or at home and watch the fight in the comfort of my own home with the other people I know who are really there for the fight and not just there to be on their phone and to be at the event. So for me, I'm going to be at my parents' house watching it on my parents' 80-inch TV from their couch, gorging on chicken Parmesan.
I don't blame you.
If you're coming, you've never really been to a huge event, and there's nothing that rivals a huge boxing fight or a huge MMA fight. It's the environment's electric. It's like a playoff game in football, or maybe even the Super Bowl. I've never been to the Super Bowl, but I've been to some championship games, and the environment is very comparable. How high charged and exciting it is.
Okay, if you had your choice, Triple G Canelo or McGregor Mayweather.
I'd Mayweather-McGregor for me for sure.
Really?
I really don't. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Canelo. I think that Triple G is gonna give it to him. Yeah, he's gonna give him the business.
I do too. I think he's been sandbagging for about the last year, waiting for this fight, and that's the way he got the fight, was by sandbagging his average opponents. He pulled a Floyd Mayweather. He literally pulled a Floyd Mayweather, and everybody believed he got old. Golden Boy jumped on it. They signed the fight as quick as they could because they thought he was close to losing it. They probably leaked enough information to make it interesting, and the real Triple G is going to show up, and it's going to be a bad night for Canelo.
I have the same exact feeling. I think that Canelo has no idea the buzzsaw that he's about to walk into.
What's the betting like on that fight right now?
I really haven't checked the trends on that, so I don't want to go on record and say what the trend is one way or the other. I know that the fight is it's getting some action. I was reading a little bit about it. It's getting some action, but I really don't think it's going to be it's not going to take the handle anywhere near the handle that the Conor McGregor Floyd fight's going to take.